Hello and welcome to the
Hello.
Locutors of Trekle Trunk, where
Indeed.
tonight we will be reaching into the trunk and pulling out IDW's Star Trek number 5 from this very
Oh
year,
yeah.
2023. Star Trek Defiant number 1 from this very
Mm-hmm.
year as well, and Deep Space Nine, the Dog of War. Whoops, that should also say number 1 because it's the number 1 issue
Oh
of
yeah.
that as
Yeah, of
well.
course.
Let me fix that right now. So we're all by the numbers here. And of course, we'll be reviewing these. Spoiler review.
That's how I paint.
So, yeah, exactly. And we are your hosts, Davin and David.
Indeed. Your
Plain Simple
locutors of
Tailors.
Trek and plain
Yep,
simple tailors, indeed.
that's us.
Well,
That's
it's
us.
nice to see you all again, whoever you are
Yes,
out
it
there.
is. It's been a while.
Indeed.
We have our season finale in the can, and one day I will finish editing it. But thanks
Indeed.
to my technical difficulties of the day, and
We
yeah,
are we
there's a
are
lot
in
of editing.
fact
There's a lot of
through our many interactions with Murphy and his law enforcement agency, becoming expert in technical difficulties of all kinds. But
yeah.
per aspera ad astra is the Starfleet motto.
Paraspora
Well,
ad
I turned it
astra.
upside down, but you know what I mean. I was emphasizing the
To the
other
stars through
syllable.
hardship. Yes.
Hmm.
All
Exactly.
right. Well, like I said, let's start with well, let's start with Star Trek number 5, shall we?
Sure. We've been following this series for a little while now
We
and
have
seeing the
been.
developing quadrant and galactic level sort of catastrophe unfolding.
Yeah, and it. So yeah, to recap, Sisko's back. He's been sent back
Hmm.
by the prophets to as an assassin of some sort to take out whoever's
Yes.
going after and murdering all the godlike entities, and we did see
Yes.
the obliteration of, as far as we know, all the crystalline entities, and
Hmm.
the Q were very worried as well, and then they go
Hmm.
to this place called Sarakesh, where fancy weapons are made and have been made for some time.
Hmm.
An
Sort of
interesting place, not
craftsman
one we've heard of
people.
before.
Yes.
Yeah,
And so now we've learned just in the last end of issue 4, I think, what's most pertinent to this issue, that in fact, the person who's at the head of all this is
he is. There he is.
Kahless, the unforgettable,
Kahless the Unforgettable.
or at least his clothing,
So,
mostly unforgettable.
Kahless, what do they call him? Kahless. They should call him K Lesser.
Exactly. They totally should call him K Lesser. Well, and I think, and I mean, and well put, because that in very many respects animates, I think, this villain.
Oh, you think
Before
he's
we
got
even
like
get launched, I
yeah.
think he's both wishing to live up to the impulses of his original lifetime, because he's got a lot of those memories, but he's also recognized that he exists in this quasi K-less, this K-lesser state
Yep.
in Klingon culture. And so he wants to do something which would be the next step on from what Kahless the Unforgettable. He's sort of like a living what would Kahless do bumper sticker, which is kind of fascinating to me.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, he's gonna have this like Klingon equivalent of short man syndrome, as they say, where he's gonna always feel
Yes.
like a bit lesser, you know. And
Yes,
we should
precisely.
say uh,
He says, sitting up
subject matter
higher in his
written
chair.
by yes, exactly, written by Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly with art by Ramon Rosanas. And I really
Hmm.
do like the art in this book. There we go. We
Oh, the
start
art
off
is
here.
beautiful. Nice
Really
panel
captures the characters as
layouts.
well. Yeah.
You see the tension even in the angles of the lines there. It's wonderfully laid out.
Mm, yep. So, and we have his, he has his ragtag crew here of Data, Tom Paris,
Hmm.
some Andorian we don't know, Scotty, who designed their ship, the Theseus, the most advanced in Starfleet that they
Hmm.
find themselves upon. But yeah, they're being fired upon by
With
Kalis.
this
Kalis
brilliant,
is
what is
here.
it, solar voltaic thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, there's Kalis there. Yeah.
Yeah, there he is. Kalis on his ship there. And
Hmm.
so there's a bit of a firefight going on, and they're also boarded. They've been boarded. And
Yeah.
Worf's
In
like,
fact, their
let me.
shields are brought down fairly quickly. They even suggest
Yep,
running from the fight early
yep,
on, which is not an illogical tactic, but Sisko decides against it.
yep. And so they uh Cisco has to leave the bridge to take the fight to the enemy. And Cisco's like, yeah, go right ahead. And look who we find fighting for the enemy on the boarding party. But Alexander
Alexandra.
Rozhenko himself.
I
And
love
this is
this
why he's
the
not
other side
outsmarted.
page there. I love the other side
Yeah.
page where they give
Oh,
his
yeah.
educational
I
history and his work history
when
and
he was,
things.
but just when he was a kid, right? Like, aren't these grades just
Yeah, he
like
kind of
this is his
disappears from
primary?
Federation records after a while.
That's his primary school report from
Yeah,
TNG. Yeah,
yeah. I
but
think that's
yeah, it
awesome.
does.
I really love the
Yeah,
way they're intersplicing um, documentary stuff in this series. Is that a staple of Star Trek series to date, or is that new in this?
to add these little kind of extra bits.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's not uncommon in Star Trek, but they're definitely making a point of it in this series.
They seem to be making significant use of it here. That really twigged me
There's
as
another one later. Yeah,
a part of the style, right? It's a
and I
great
like
way
it
to give
because
you some exposition without forcing it into the plot. In
his
terms
best
of characters having to
category,
say it.
young Alexander got an A minus in writing and critical reasoning.
Hmm.
A minus in physical science is
He's very
not
bright.
bad, but C minus in humanistic inquiry. So
He
better
has
work
his
needs to be
father's
done
gift
there.
for introspection, I see. Uh,
And the C plus in logic and language.
oh, definitely takes after his father
Yep,
there.
is his brother's son.
Because
Yeah, definitely.
had he had more time with his mother, I think that humanistic injury could have been beautifully fostered. But we see such a crazy story of trauma in Alexander Rishenko, and he
We do.
spells it out there, right? Like, I lost my mom, I lost my society, I lost my honor, I lost my sense of myself as a Klingon. He's just everywhere he turns. There's nowhere to put his head, or to
Yeah.
hang his hat.
And at first, I would kind of thought maybe this was an odd turn for Alexander, where considering where we left him at the end of Deep
Hmm.
Space Nine, where they seem to have patched things up. But if
Hmm.
if Worf, and I believe he would have, based on the Worf that we're seeing in this comic, and even in the one that we saw in Picard, he became very business focused. Like, he seems to go like
Hmm.
very underground and like doing secret missions and super
He
involved in what
loves
he's in the
duty,
Federation. He does love
right?
duty, so I think he
Duty
seems to
is
just
his way
double
to
down on it.
feel most alive, I think. And
So
those
I thought it's
challenge areas
very
for him are what brings him into pain.
oh yeah. So I thought
Yeah.
um given that he might have just gone back to completely ignoring Alexander again and ignored him for this whole time again. And if that is the case, Alexander would have taken that very badly because
Well,
he already
especially if there's a
joined the
disagreement
Klingon
between he and
military a long time ago.
Alexander, right? And Alexander consistently challenges who his father is and who his father thinks he is. And I can see
Mhm.
Worf taking that badly quite easily, you know,
Yeah, and
or
Worf's trying
not
to tell him
responding
here.
to that with adequate empathy.
And, Alexander says
Yeah.
to Worf, he's like, "What will it be, Father? Are you a killer or a coward?" And Worf tries to explain to him that Kahless is a charlatan. He says, and then Alexander calls him a heretic. Doesn't much care for that.
Hmm.
And he says the Emperor is the light that he had been missing in his life, that he never got, from Worf and Worf's
Hmm.
family he didn't have. And he
Yes.
says the path we walk is red.
It's
And then
and
we have
this is the name, the Red Path, right?
and
They're
and
walking a
Kalos
path
is
of blood.
especially this Kalos the second is totally the kind of guy who would use Alexander against Worf in this manner. Like he might have
Oh,
targeted Alexander
absolutely.
for this very purpose. It might not. Alexander might be being played hard here.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
you got to imagine Worf's reputation in the Klingon Empire at this point. He's been
he's
involved
ambassador.
in,
He's
well, he's an ambassador, but he's also been involved in the accession of the last three, uh, or at least the succession of including three prior chancellors, right? Because he was involved in the death of Kempek, the death of Duras, and the accession of Gowron. And then he was involved with working with Gowron, killed Gowron, and then involved in the accession of Martok, right? Like he's been for this dishonored Patach at the beginning
he's
of
the
the
giver
story.
and taker of kings.
Right? He's a literal kingmaker in Klingon history at
He
this
is.
point.
Yeah.
I don't know if there could be a more powerful wanderer, loner hero after Kahless. So no wonder Kahless would also pick the son of that potent a rival. I'm thinking back to that wonderful issue they did with the original Kahless on the bridge,
Well,
where
we love
he
one
just,
behind me here, right there above my head.
right, it's so good. And it's just
Oh, yeah.
absolutely brilliantly the story as Worf once narrates it, at least I think during Deep Space Nine.
That's Kalos the Moorer, not the lesser.
Right? But like that I think, for better and for worse, is who Worf aspires to be. And we saw that in the TNG episodes where he has to reconcile himself to this odd ersatz Kahless. And we saw it through the whole series that way of Deep Space Nine. And here it's brought to a very satisfying kind of head, for sure. I can see him absolutely deploying Alexander for this purpose.
Oh, absolutely. And they do mention that Chancellor Martok doesn't really believe any of this is happening. He's just kind of ignoring it all.
Yes, which would be when Martok gets his crestfallen, he's prone to this, right? He's prone to look inward.
Yeah, he could be
that's
kind
what
of
they had to bring
depressed
him
by
out
the
of.
whole political situation. Like he wouldn't deal well with all this politics for very long.
Well, it's clear he's been chancellor for 4 or 5 years now, and Kahless is just kind of running roughshod over Klingon sentiments.
Way more
so
than
he's really Martok is not
emperor was ever supposed to.
Martok's in clearly a very weak political position, I would think, at this point.
Seems so. So then
I wonder if he might not become another villain in another arc.
Well, that would be interesting. And then we have,
or at least an adversary to Worf. Yeah,
communing with the prophets. Not to be confused with Ferengi prophets, which can be handsome.
He deposits no strips or bars. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's a great piece of art there.
They want him to destroy Kahless. That's why they sent him back in the first place. And now
they make that very clear on that page. Yeah.
And he orders Worf to do it. And Worf's just like, nah, not going to do it. He's just like, what?
Yeah.
You always want to fire torpedoes. What are you talking about? Like, sometimes you just say firing torpedoes.
You have one job, man.
Stop. I know. And he just says, well, he comes right in and he pushes, puts a stop to it. He pushes it. He's like, no. The weirdest part is he calls him Benjamin. He never calls him Benjamin.
That's a very interesting moment, isn't it? Can you read the
He says, "What
dialogue
are you
in around
doing,
there for just a
Benjamin?"
second?
Yeah, I definitely can. He's just, "What are you doing, Benjamin?" He said, "Commander Worf has a direct order." He says, "Based on limited information from untrustworthy sources." And he says to him, "You are the greatest, one of the greatest officers in Starfleet history, and yet you have let yourself be turned into an assassin by alien beings you barely understand."
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "You do not understand the chaos you would unleash with that one single shot. It would be war again." And he's just like, in a war with a religious like ferocity you don't understand. It would paint the stars with blood. He says it would paint
Martok would be
the stars.
unable to hold that back.
Oh,
Nor would he be
absolutely
likely to either, right?
Or
You
would he
don't
be
go
like,
killing his fake emperor.
yes, exactly. He
Right?
wants to do that,
Right? He might like to do that at some point
but
in a
he's
way that would
allowed.
deny him Sto-vo-kor. But I mean,
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah, no way the Federation's going to get away with that.
But then he also says, and he kind of softens, and he says, "And my son Alexander is among Kales's followers, sir. I would be killing my son. But Sisko, hard. One of the hardest Sisko moments ever. Then you are relieved. Get the hell off my bridge."
I mean, that is as hard
He
or
does that
harder than what is that planet?
uncharacteristically so. Like,
In the demilitarized zone that they shoot the
yeah.
torpedoes at. You know,
I said
when he
fire
decides to be
torpedoes.
Javert.
Exactly. And Worf just says
Yeah,
gladly. But
exactly.
does Cisco's response there not almost like prove everything Worf was just saying about him? That he's just blinded by this like quest sent to him by these aliens he doesn't understand.
Mm-hmm.
But
One, he's
Cisco
been,
does tend to usually be right about these things. There's
but
also
he's
that
been
element.
back for what? Also a total of about what 5 weeks at this point, maybe at most. And
Yeah.
he's already seen the crystal entities get blown away. This craftspeople race, I forget what they were. They have a sort of.
Sakarans or
That's right.
oh,
Um,
what was it? Anyway, yeah.
he's seen them get
Serikans.
wiped out.
Serikans.
That's right. Sakarans are a whole different franchise.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
also a great spot. Good fun.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, right now he's seen two venerable ancient sets of creatures get wiped out. And the things that have brought him back to this universe, to this galaxy, to this place where he's with his son after a space of only 3 years, as opposed to what any of us might imagine after all this time.
Mm-hmm.
On a screen somewhere. He's got this chance, and I feel the stakes for him are extraordinarily high, both personally and in terms of his allegiance to these beings. He's already thrown himself into fire for them once.
Yep. And it should be said Jake is here. So there's always that added element. Jake is
he's risking his son currently.
Yeah. Exactly.
Which is that's something that he's like, oh, you live with that, buddy.
Which he has
done
at this before,
point.
like when he let the prophets inhabit his son to fight the power wraiths.
Mm-hmm. Well, even just having him on Deep Space Nine, during the war, is a terrible risk. He could have sent him back to Earth entirely, but Jake was right.
They chime in again, and they just say, "Time has eluded the Sisko. You must fire. You will fire. You have fired." Which they would say it that way. So
yeah,
there is only one future. You must kill the heretic. They say.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But yeah.
And then brace for impact.
Mm-hmm.
So then Sisko wants to beam down to protect this entity.
Yes.
Instead of fire.
They've pierced this sort of layer surrounding it, right?
Yeah. A creature
from what I could tell,
but I don't think the same as the creature from Farpoint.
It seems like it by the end of the issue. Yeah.
Different color, a little different design, but similar in size, and the fact that it can almost be disguised as like a station.
Yeah, absolutely.
So maybe it is the same kind of thing. Interesting. But
Yeah.
Jake,
Well, it
he's
certainly
down
was
there
reminiscent right away.
he thinks he's down there by himself, but all of a sudden Jake and Dr. Crusher show up. And Jake says something I think very significant here. He's like, Jake, you shouldn't be here. Get out of here now, both of you. And he's just like, I'm sorry, Dad. I just didn't want you to be alone again. Which Jake there is talking about all this 4 years that Sisko was in the Celestial Temple. But we know as the viewer that is also a reference to The Visitor, where he had to spend all this like even longer time alone, where he's just trapped in like subspace.
Yes.
So it's kind of that one. He said that I was just like, "Ooh, this is a good issue." I will say.
Yeah. It's got a lot of great references that way.
Maybe the strongest of the 5 so far, for me.
It's got really good characterization moments. I would agree with you that way. The fight between Sisko and Worf when Jake shows up, absolutely. Yeah, and there's someone else down there too, isn't there?
No.
Oh, just the 3 of them, eh?
Just Crusher, yeah. Everyone else like Data, and they're all back on the ship.
Oh yeah, they've all gone back up. That's right. Okay.
Well, they never went down. So Data's.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm thinking of a different issue. I apologize.
The fact that this entity, just by being there, has been kind of warping reality in space time. And he's like, "Well, what do you think's going to happen when it awakes in unimaginable pain?" And so that's a good point that Data's making there. So it's not a good situation.
No.
And then Jake gets knocked out. And there's Data contemplating. Data, always a good first.
Because they fire again on the creature again, don't they?
And then we have Emperor Kahless. Yes, indeed. He says, "Fools, to try to protect a being with such power. Engineering, take us home." They think they've done their job, but Sisko actually did save the entity. But then Sisko's mad at the prophets because he's worried Jake again has been like perhaps even killed or very much harmed. He's just like, he's like, "My son, you can take anything from me, but I won't let you take my son." He's yelling to his mother, who's one of the prophets. He's like, "Do you hear me, mother?" Like, does anyone hear me? He's mad. Even the prophets.
Yeah, but they only answer when they feel like, person.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to piss Sisko off, even if I wasn't.
Nope, even if I was one of the prophets.
No. And then the creature does awake and just says, "Pain."
Which is a wonderful, like, full circle again to Deanna Troy's lines in Farpoint. Pain. Great pain.
It's so similar. It has to be an intentional callback, but it says, "You bring me."
I think so. Even if it's not the same type of creature, it seems like a similar order of creature.
Yeah. "I see into the soul of you. I read your vast library. I see your home. You bring pain to my place of rest, so there is only one penance. I will consume yours."
So this creature presumably is off toward Earth then, because Theseus is the only ship around when it wakes up.
Yeah.
Now, my question is, do you think
a little bit of mistaken identity here?
Like, was that Kahless's plan, or is this just an accident?
I think it was Kahless's plan, which is a really long game, kind of clever plan. But this is Kahless. I mean, Kahless, the lesser or not, he is clever. Like the stuff he did in that issue we read that kind of tricked all of those kind of lords.
Oh yeah,
he played them against. He's
a brilliant strategist, right? Think? And if he's got, It's interesting, right? Because when I first read that panel, I thought, okay, he thinks he's killed him, he's made his mistake. But
Well,
then
there's
when it
no,
woke up and did exactly what Data said it was going to do, I thought,
yeah.
oh, this could be this is, well, I mean, one of two things. It's either a happy accident for Kalis, or it's what he was hoping to achieve. Either
Yeah.
way, he's not sad if it heads for Earth, you know?
So, as we ask ourselves on this show, and it's kind of an ongoing thing because we're reading
Hmm.
an ongoing story here. But are you sliding this into the old head canon?
Oh, now this issue right here
Hmm.
could be pulled right out of the rest of the whole run so far. And, depending on the characters you have in the ship or not, whatever, it's fine. This could be a great episode of Deep Space Nine. This could be a great episode of Pick Up Anywhere.
Where Kalis just loses his mind and tries to
Exactly. It's just like, I'm doing it. Right.
as
This would
soon
be
as
a
that
great
became the
two-parter.
story, this
Oh,
story
yeah.
won me over. Like at first, I was just like, yeah, I was kind of with you. I was a little more forgiving, but I didn't need another like, all right, let's go kill the gods thing because it's just a played out story. But
Yeah.
but it makes sense for the Klingons to do that. So I was just like,
They really brought it
how did I
home with
not
that.
think of
That's for
that?
sure.
Like, of
Yes.
course they would. They did it to their own ones.
Right. Like this is
They
like
have a
this,
history.
right? Like it's a no-brainer to Kalis. It's like, yes, I will just go kill some other things. They'll think I'm doing the same thing. And then kabam, I take the Federation out at the heart, you know?
So
yeah, it's, yeah.
Yeah, so it does slide into the headcanon even just as
Oh, I would love to slide this in as an episode. I would love to see this on screen for sure.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
The issue I think is getting better than the previous one. And
Well, I'm really enjoying the art. Even when I'm a little bit more here or there on the story, the art in this stuff is really delighting me.
there's been some really nice punctuated moments too. Like in the previous issue, there's that nice moment between Sisko and Dr. Crusher. They had that big talk. And, like there's been some good stuff.
Oh yeah, that was a good scene. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, this Worf with the scene with him and Worf, probably my favorite scene in the series so far. That was some
and good catch on the Benjamin Mr. Worf part, right?
Benjamin. Because that's what Jadzia would have called him.
Yeah.
So he was channeling.
Oh my gosh. I hadn't even thought about that. Good catch.
He was speaking for Jadzia. He's like, even Jadzia would think you're being crazy, and she would have told him. She was,
and he just rebuffs it, Commander Worf. Boom.
Oh, he should almost do more of the Jadzia stuff at him. He'd be like, Jadzia.
Oh, I hadn't even thought about that, but no wonder he shuts him down so hard, eh?
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
So that brings us to the Defiant One himself.
Mm-hmm.
Now look at these alternating covers I got. Hold on one sec.
Okay.
So for Star Trek #1, I got this cover. Because there's like 5 covers you can choose from for each of these issues.
Oh, really?
This one.
Nice.
But look at the Star Trek
I like
Defiant
that
one I got.
This was done on purpose. No kidding.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So I'll be putting those on the wall next to each other just because that's pretty sick.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, so here we are. Worf stole the Defiant.
In grand Starfleet tradition of just stealing starships.
Your favorite ship. No, stealing your favorite ship.
That's true. Stealing your favorite ship. That's true.
No one just goes and steals like an old friggin' Excelsior class that's sitting around.
Although that would make a great Lower Decks episode.
Oh
gosh, I'd take a Constitution class if they give her to me. Come on, even one of those crazy ones. What is that? The
tickled pink with the
Lagrange class, which is the one thing coming off the bottom, or Archer class, or whatever they call it. Yeah.
Was that an Archer class?
Oh. I think they called it that in an episode of Strange New Worlds, but it did have a different name before that.
Interesting.
I think they were designated
range.
as like satellite repair ships and all sorts of stuff.
So here we have Star Trek Defiant number. Oh, what else is blown out of the Trekle trunk? That's amazing. It
Who's
is
this?
Mr. Splat.
Mr. Splat.
It's
So
Mr.
good.
Splat, the Starfleet pterodactyl.
Oh man. Hi, Mr. Splat.
Why do they call you
It's,
Mr. Splat?
Why do they call him Mr. Splat?
Oh, too soon?
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll talk to Mr. Splat later, maybe. So we have Captain Worf. He's calling himself Captain of the Defiant, even though he stole it. So whatever.
But of course, the person in command of a ship can reasonably call themselves a captain, independent of their rank.
True enough.
At least we've seen that happen, because certainly Picard was captain of the. You know what we're talking about.
Look who enters Worf's bridge.
Indeed, that was a twist for me.
Yeah, Mr. Spock himself, Ambassador Spock. But this is interesting because they're colleagues. They're both ambassadors at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So, like they're peers.
Who knows how much time they've spent together?
Even that, I don't think much, because Spock still seems to be doing his whole unification with Romulans thing. That seems to consume.
Yeah, he still seems to be relatively low on the radar. That's for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, they've found a planet that seems to have been consumed by something like a crystalline entity.
Oh, that's right.
It's the thing we just talked about in here.
Mm-hmm.
Creature,
which is, and we forgot to mention.
Yeah.
We forgot to mention that the whole weapon is powered by. Well, maybe we shouldn't drop the spoiler, but it's powered by something we've grown to know and love in a very different capacity. We'll leave it at that. Anyway, so they found this planet. Yeah.
And so they're talking. Worf and his first officer, Mr. Spock, is how they're addressing each other as command here, which is interesting. Good job. You get Spock as your first officer, Worf. Like, good job.
Oh, I mean, come on, that's pretty great.
But Spock likes a rogue mission, to save the day. He's a bit of a cowboy, diplomacy type fella.
It's fun, as much as he declaims against it, huh? He does like a bit of cowboy diplomacy.
He's just like, thanks, Mr. Spock, for all your help. And she's like, gratitude is not necessary. You command the Defiant. The computer and I serve at your behest. Oh, yeah, because he smashed his computer. That's when Spock came in.
Oh, that's right. He gets mad and he smashes up his...
Yeah, he's like, why did you destroy your computer? He's like, oh, I was having trouble accessing the captain's log system. He's just like,
oh, that's right.
It's like, but Captain, in the absence of proper authorization, destruction of a locked computer terminal is never likely to grant the user access. He's like, yes, but it does allow me to punish it for not doing so. One of the best Worf lines ever.
It's like, I'm absolutely clear on that, Spock. Wasn't even worried about it.
Yeah. I like their dynamic.
There's a lot of comedy between these two. There is. I'm surprised. This was delightful to see, honestly. I'm not necessarily always a fan of just like shoving characters in here and there just to shove them in.
Yeah.
But
and these comics do
this. This whole. Oh, there's a lot of fan service in here for sure. But this was a really fortuitous pairing, eh?
Yeah.
Like they really play off each other in not quite a Kirk and Spock way, but a way that has shades of that while subverting it because he's always going to answer as a Klingon. And I really like that about their dynamic.
Me too. Oh, and I should say this is Star Trek Defiant #1, written by Christopher Cantwell, with art by
Hmm.
Angel Unzweit. Art's really good in this one too. I mean, like, look at this nice side profile of
Yeah,
Worf here. Very, very good. And
yeah.
there's some sweet Defiant shots too. Like the Defiant's
Oh,
looking
yeah.
pretty sexy in this
And they
issue.
capture some of Worf's characteristic expressions really beautifully in a few panels,
Yeah,
I
so then
found.
Worf's kind of it's a bit of a inner monologue with him kind of going over what, basically tying it into this issue here. He says he
Hmm.
left on a shuttle. They tried to stop him, but he energized and landed on a planet, but it turned out to energized down to a planet, but it turned out to be a Romulan planet. Of course, Romulans. Oh, look at it. The funny thing is, like, he beams off his ship that's crashing, and it, like, basically is gonna land on him.
Yes, I
Yeah.
like that. It's like,
um,
well, dang.
yeah, but and then some Romulans, of course, do show up, and they're gonna make be pretty quick on their
Mince.
figure with the
Yeah, yeah.
Klingon, of course. But look who we have here, saving the day
Indeed.
on Chowtalk 4. That's where they. Yeah, I love this shot too here. That's a really nice
Yeah,
page.
I'm there with
He's
Scott.
like, oh, Ambassador Worf, I see that you are once again subjecting yourself to the thrills and adventures promised by Starfleet.
Oh man, Spock's sense of humor never gets old.
No, it only gets better. Like he just same with Worf.
He's
Like
like a
both of those
master of
characters.
sarcasm.
Yeah,
Oh man, so
and
good.
they just sit down and have another talk over glasses of something. They're having some.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh,
They debate
oh,
the some of the points of his objection and his requirements.
yep, and how he's still committed to reunification.
Mm-hmm.
I should say. Yeah, and he says, but Spock says he doesn't believe Starfleet ever revoked his command codes. So he's helping Worf out with one of his problems.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is where he says he's recruited far more than just a brilliant and wise first officer. And then we get to see one of his other crew members, a favorite
Yeah.
character of mine, of course,
Oh,
Belana Torres.
Balana Torres.
I do love
Yes.
me some Belana Torres, and we get a nice little marital spat between Tom and Belana. Those are always just fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Nice placing them on opposite ships. Yeah.
And he's
Now,
like, "Why are you
Defiant is
doing
really
this?"
profiting from the fan service present in Star Trek right now,
Oh,
because they get to bring out all the tensions, right? Which is quite
yeah.
lovely.
So, yeah, she's like, "You can't have all the fun. You're off on," because he's on Cisco's crew, Tom. So she's like, "You don't get
Hmm.
to have all the fun." And he's like, "Yeah, but what he's." Going rogue. And she's like, yeah, well, like, Starfleet still thinks I'm a traitor anyway. He's like, I'd never marry a traitor. She's just like, that's not funny. Like,
Oh
uh,
man,
but
he
he's
still
got
knows how
himself
to
a
get
great
her
first
temper up.
officer, a fantastic engineer.
Hmm.
He's got himself a good crew here. I like Cisco's crew, but this crew is something special
Oh, now
too.
this is a real crew of misfits. That's for
Oh
sure.
well, yes, because look where him and Worf comes and finds Balana, and look who they have in their brig.
Yes. Look at
Yes,
that,
indeed.
eh?
The oft disgraced Rolaren.
Hmm. Now, this is a character who I have wanted to see again since she stepped off a Star Trek screen. I
Well,
really love the character of Rolaren. She's a great foil to the whole Starfleet ideal, even though she's enthralled by it at some level. She's a great character. And I'm glad that they found some way to bring her back around. Although it's going to be a trick seeing how she's going to fit in. That's for sure.
well, she's even like, why am I here, and why do you think I'll work for you? And she's just like, tell Picard I'm not interested in any of his shit or whatever. And he's just like, no, I'm the captain now.
Yeah,
And
no Picard here, thank you.
yeah, but he needs to deal with the Orions, basically. So he needs to deal with criminals, and he needs somebody who the criminals will believe actually stole the Defiant. Like if Worf just shows up, they'll be like, "Nah, nah, nah, you're working for Starfleet. Get out of here." But Ro,
Yes.
they might just get the information they need. So that's what he says, and she's like, "Yeah, but fine, but still not going to help you. I still don't care." Like, and he's just like, "Yeah, but maybe I can help you out if this all goes well," kind of thing. And interesting that Kalis' ship is called the Kuvokales, spelled like this. If you can see it on the
It's
page there.
QUV,
I don't
right?
know.
Vocales.
QUV
Vocales.
Vo apostrophe Kales, making Vocales a single word, which is where I find it
Mm-hmm.
interesting. So Kuv is Klingon for honor. Vo is Klingon for voice. So it's honor. The ship is called Honor, and whereas it's an apostrophe, it's like Kales's voice, I would assume, because the ship
Mm-hmm.
is called
I would think
Kuv
so,
Vo
yeah. Honor the
Kales.
voice of Kalis.
Honor the
Or
voice of
something like
Kales.
that, yeah.
Something like that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's
Interesting.
I mean it's appropriately grandiose, that's for sure.
It is.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the plan there. Then we got a nice shot of Ro there taking her station. So now he's got his helmsman.
Mm-hmm.
Ro. This is a ragtag crew and a wonderful one
Oh
too.
man, misfits in every
And
respect.
so then he consults this operative he has on Konos. So this young Klingon woman. I don't think we know her from anything. Her name is
I don't
Tanop,
think so.
but she's interesting
Unless I
character.
mean the only place I could think she could have showed up was in that episode where he crashed on the planet of captive Klingons. But I don't remember that name at all from that
I was
episode.
thinking that too. I was just
Mm-hmm.
rereading this issue before we started, and I'm like, is she from the planet? But
I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
I don't I think this is just a new character.
I do too. He's been on Kronos being an ambassador for a long time for the first time in his life, so he's probably actually
Yeah, he's
figured
been
out
there
who
for a
actually
few
likes
years
him
anyway,
on the
right?
planet. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then Cisco's like, well, you could like tell Cisco or Spock, I should say, is like he tells Worf he could like tell Cisco what's going on. He's just like, no, I can't actually. So they're both doing their own thing. Cisco's trying to go for the mission, his mission of stopping this thing. They're both
Mm-hmm.
going for Kales in their own way, but
Yes.
they keep kind of
Worf's
coming
interests are
up in
more
the same
complicated
area.
here.
But then they say they
Temporally.
need to yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants to have a bit of more of a scalpel instead of a knife. Worf does.
Yes.
Which is so
Yes.
strange. That would you normally be Cisco, and Worf would be the hammer. It's an
Yeah, it's
interesting
a really interesting
dichotomy.
juxtaposition, eh?
Yeah. This
Yeah.
is good stuff too. I'm telling you, this whole story, like these two series, are tied together entirely, pretty much. And
I'm interested to see them come to a head
so then Worf
because they've
says they have
started this one, relatively
funny.
far into
Funny you should say this comes to a head because Worf says he has to consult science.
indeed.
And they walk into a cargo bay, and Spock flicks on the light. And what do we have? Lore.
Oh my
Lore is the
God.
science officer. Lore's head
They
is the science
stole
officer.
his head
And he says,
along
Lore
with the
says, where
Defiant.
is this? Where's Data? Where is Captain Picard? Oh no, this is where he says, I am the captain now.
Oh yeah.
And there's the cover for the next issue. Look at that.
Oh, with Lore aboard, who knows what happens if he grabs control of the Defiant, though, right?
So yeah.
Ooh.
Jesus, not a weapon you want him to have, that's for sure.
No, he looks
So
pretty
again,
tapped into it too.
certainly tune into the next Trekle Trunk to see where this series is going. And
Oh
very
yeah.
soon, there's one issue of Defiant, I believe, that we can
Mm-hmm.
read before it begins the countdown to the Day of Blood.
Oh, the Red
Which ties
Path's
these
Day
two
of
series
Blood.
together, and then eventually there
Yeah.
will, one would assume, be a Day of Blood.
Crossover events, even.
But interesting. I even have a Star Trek annual,
Hmm.
which is also a part of the countdown to the Day of Blood. So we'll be checking that out as well.
Interesting.
So, yeah, there's lots going on with that. But we'll
Yeah.
perhaps on a lighter note end
Oh
our
yeah.
show this evening with the best cover ever, I gotta
Oh,
say,
what
for
a
one
great
thing.
cover. Yeah.
The fold out. Look at that. Ritos.
Yeah. They're gonna
Fantastic.
do another annual baseball game. My
Yep.
suspicion is Deep Space Nine beats the Cerritos. What do you say?
In baseball? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. I mean,
Maybe they brought them in
they're
as ringers against the Vulcans.
wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be
They
something? I
still
mean,
lose horribly.
Rutherford has that artificial
Oh,
eye
that's
thing, so
true. He might
he
be there
wouldn't
like
strike out, I
Vladdy.
wouldn't imagine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
They even have one of the logicians here. See, there's the guy from the Vulcan from the logicians up in the stands with Quark.
Oh, it's a great cover.
Oh, but he's winning. Quark's
So
giving him money. That's very
that's
funny.
true.
Oh, and
So
more is
we're
also.
on Deep Space Nine during the
It's the Dog of War. So we are now on
early
Deep Space
part
Nine.
of the sort of early mid part of the Dominion War, it looks like.
Yeah. I think it will become apparent by going through it here when exactly
Hmm.
that. Oh, it's shortly after the Romulans joined the fight. So
Oh,
it's
right.
like shortly after in the pale moonlight.
Right.
So kind of late war,
Yeah, that's
mid
true,
mid
actually.
mid
Sort
to
of
late war.
the beginning of the end almost. Yeah.
Yeah. So Deep Space Nine, Dog of War #1, written by Mike Chen with art by Angel Hernandez. Two angels. The last
Ooh,
one was Angel
that's true.
Unzueta. This one, Angel
That's true.
Hernandez. They're the angels of Star Trek art.
Angels
They are.
everywhere.
I mean, there's some good art in this one. Like, look at these fine,
Oh,
detailed shots of the
yeah.
station here. Really nice.
Beautiful on that star field.
It's funny. These are all they're somewhat different art styles from these three artists, but they're all distinctly in what can be called kind of the Star Trek art style. And
Hmm.
I like that. Like, they're kind of reminiscent of old Star Trek issues too. And that, so, like, Marvel sort of
Oh,
has a
yeah.
style, and DC sort of has a style. Star Trek comics kind of have a style. So here we are. We're on the station, and there seems to be a. They're getting a warning that there's a Borg device on the station.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So they must go investigate this. Like, look at this. Look at this art of Cisco. Tell me that doesn't look exactly like Cisco's face. Like, that's
Oh,
good
that's a
stuff.
great picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not happy about this
And
at all. Borg
no,
stuff, as
and
we
it
all know, sets him off quite directly.
and the signal is coming from one of Quark's hollow suites. Hollow
Hmm.
Suite 4. So he goes down to Quark's. Quark's there chilling with Morn. Tells him to open Hollow Suite 4. He's like, oh, I can't
They're
do that.
obviously been
It's
talking for a
occupied.
while. Morin's quite a chatter.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, you can tell Quark looks annoyed too.
Yeah.
But
He's trying to wrap the story up, it sounds like, from his
well,
perspective.
they're talking about this. Quark's complaining about this human's best friend thing that he has.
Hmm.
It's very messy,
He's
and he's
stuck
not
with
too
it.
happy about it. Yep, not too happy about that at all. So then they go up to Hollow Suite 4, and what do we have? Vic Fontaine, the great Vic Fontaine himself, and a bunch of puppies.
Indeed. Vic
What
Fontaine,
we would
Corgi
expect.
Park.
Yep, pretty much. So yeah, Vic ends up opening up a dog park in this episode in the Hollow Suite, which is pretty
Which is
funny.
like, it's a very silly moment, but
It
I
is.
could
It
see
is.
Vic having a soft spot for dogs.
They're good too. I mean, it's very human. He's a very human character.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll bet a dog would love the holosuite. He'd just need regular
Sure.
cleanup in there.
You could make an endless dog park in a Hollow Suite.
Yes,
Um,
exactly.
get feller going on one of those holographic treadmills or however they do it. And and he's talking. Captain Cisco's talking with Captain Pearl. He's working with Captain Pearl of another ship.
Hmm.
She's there to like get a bunch of the tech to take it back to analyze it for the war.
That's
she wants
right.
now she's kind of directly tied into Starfleet Command, so she says like, "Oh, they're gonna want this
Hmm.
Borg thing." He's just like, "Yeah, but I'm not giving you the Borg thing."
Yeah, it's
She
like
says,
we needed to look at
"Well,
it here before we know
Starfleet's
whether it's
gonna
safe to
want the
send
Borg thing."
anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Cisco always has his reasons, but uh, so then they discover this dog, and
Indeed.
Quark explains that he's incredibly valuable because he's perfect.
Hmm.
Um,
And there's a
because
collector that wants to pick him up.
yeah, he's a pure breed, and he doesn't know who the buyer is. He says, but he's valuable merchandise. But he's like, yeah. So then they have the Borg technology as well. Like the Borg technology was attached to the dog, right? Yeah, it was on his collar.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it's
he came with
designed
it.
to like, yeah, he came with it, and he
And it's
says,
some sort of neural interface thing, right? Like
yeah,
it
I'm looking
allows
for
you
that
to sort
now.
of do. Whoops, sorry, I knocked over my camera here, folks. Apologies.
Oh,
Allows you
because
to
they
do sort of
listened to it.
computing at the speed of thought, right?
Yeah, because they tried to listen to it and it just sounded like a million voices yelling to them all at once because it's Borg
Hmm.
technology. So they couldn't get anywhere on it. But yeah, it's some sort of interface. It seems to be some sort of way for dogs to communicate with Borg. I don't know. They don't really elaborate much on it, but you kind of get some hints.
Well, and it's not just
Um,
Borg tech, right? It's
no, it's
Borg
not. It's
plus a
mixed.
bunch of other things.
Yeah.
So
So
there's
very
some Borg
interesting.
tech involved, but it's been worked over by a number of parties, it looks like,
Yeah.
which makes it a
And then we
very
have
interesting piece of technology.
Oh yeah, especially in wartime. And then we have Quark talking to his mysterious buyer in the shadows. So we still don't know anything about the
Hmm.
buyer. And then we have Cisco talking to good old Admiral Bill Ross. We have Bill Ross there calling in.
Oh, Admiral Ross.
Oh yeah, one of the good ones, kind of.
He does seem it,
He's just
yes.
like, and he's worried about the Borg device. He wants it, and Cisco's just like, yeah, but nah,
Well, he
keeping it.
knows Ben Cisco well enough at this point that he's got to play some kind of negotiation with him, right? He knows
Yeah,
Ben's always got something up his sleeve that he's after. And
and
at
he's
this
just
point,
like,
I think as far as I can tell, it's just time. You
yeah.
know?
Well, Ross just
He
tells
just
him,
he needs
luckily,
to sort his thoughts out about this.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, well, it's funny. He looks out the window there and he like sees a Borg cube, kind of reminiscent of how Picard does
Yeah,
that, you know.
very
Um,
much.
but yeah, Ross is like, luckily Starfleet R&D are like super backed up anyway, so like whatever, they're not going to get to it for a while. So you're lucky, Benjamin. And really, he's just like,
Yeah.
Cisco. It's like, yeah. So
Well, the
then him
trouble
and
is
Jake.
Cisco's got so much credit racked up at this point
Mhm.
that it's hard to come down on him too hard either.
Well, yeah, he's the man who got the Romulans into the war, like at this point.
Hmm.
So,
He's got serious cred.
yep. And then Tim and Jake are going to the dog park to play with the puppies. Good times. Garrick's there,
Hmm.
having a fun time.
Garrick seems to like
Kira's there.
puppies.
Yeah, Kira's there as well.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, Dax is there as well. Yep, yep, yep.
Oh, I can
Oh, and
imagine
Odo, of
Dax and a
course.
pile of puppies
And
being
then
great
Odo,
too.
of course, is just like
Oh, this is a
turns into
great
a dog.
scene.
Where he turns into the dog and frolics around.
See, this is the page where this became a headcanon thing for me.
Oh, good.
I'm
Tell me
like,
about it.
that would have been just a beautiful moment on screen of him literally like letting his hair down and just going off to play with this other dog, right? How many
Yeah,
times do we ever see Odo do that in the whole series?
because Kira says he's a good boy, which is funny. Like,
Plus,
there's
corgis are
at
just
least,
silly cute.
yeah, they are. There's like 5 different characters, or maybe it's 4, in this issue that at some point say, "Oh, but he's a good boy." Like everyone's always just like, "Oh, he's a good boy, such a good boy." Like even Cisco says it. He's just like Admiral Ross is
That's
just
right.
like, "I
Such a
hear there's
good
a dog
boy.
on board, or it came with a dog." He's just like, "Oh, he's a good boy." So that's
That's
pretty funny.
right.
He's a good boy.
He's the goodest boy. It's pretty much true.
Yeah, but it is nice,
Oh
the
man.
Odo frolicking thing. And this again
Oh
feels
yeah.
like it could be an episode of Deep Space Nine. And it was marketed. I saw a advertisement for it in this Star Trek issue we just read that markets it as
Hmm.
a lost episode, like a hidden episode of the show.
Really?
So I think they're
Oh, that's
supposed to read
fun.
it and treat it as such.
I mean, if
Kind
there
of
were
think,
scripts hanging around that we never did screen, that would be wonderful to pick
yeah,
up
yeah,
as
oh,
lost episode type scripts. Oh man.
yeah,
Yeah. No, honestly, the page where Odo was playing as a dog was where it tipped the corner for me. I was like, I'm loving this. It's a fun story. It's got all the right characters in there. It's even got Garrick showing up on screen, which
yep.
who doesn't love a
It
plain
hurts.
simple Taylor in the
The
original,
original Taylor, the
you know,
original Taylor.
right? The OG from the 24th century.
Oh,
Um,
actually, here it is. It happens
but
here.
yeah,
You have a dog on the station taking advice from it. He's a good boy.
he's a good boy. Oh, speaking of which, I got to get my good boy out on the road any second now, where he's going
Yep.
to leave
We're pretty much
a
at
Titanic flood on the floor.
we're pretty much
But
at the
this was
end.
what did you think of this? Is this headcanon here for you? Is that material?
Well, then it ends. Cisco puts on the device.
Yes.
That Borg device. So classic
And then there's
Cisco
a
thing,
da
like
da
man.
da.
Well, then he has this crazy
Yeah.
thought of
But I mean, he
taking
decides
the
he's
life
going to
of
need to know if it's safe.
Locutus.
Yeah, that was a great panel.
The
And
Cisco with his relationship with Locutus, like that's the
the
serious shit.
callback to Barkley earlier in the issue is quite wonderful.
Oh yeah, a couple pages
So I
earlier.
wonder if that's not, I mean, using
Just
Chekhov's
overminds it.
gun, I wonder whether that's not going to play more into how that develops, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't think of it
yeah.
as a tease in that regard. Oh, I think you're right. Oh no, Cisco's
I
gonna
mean, it
roast.
might be just a way to explain what's happening to us, but that
Yeah.
could be a cool tease. Yeah.
Oh, for me, this
I
is
liked this
headcanon
issue. It
so
was great.
far. Yeah, it's just a bit of fun here
Oh,
and
I would love to
interesting
see this
stuff.
in any season of Deep Space Nine.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
we had three good issues here. This
good
might have been
stuff.
our most satisfying three
Oh,
issues
I
so
like
far.
these. These are good fun. Good art,
All right.
good pacing.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Well, Dave's got to get his good boy for a pee.
indeed.
So
My
you can
goodest
find us on
boy.
YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Contact us at locutorsoftrek@gmail.com and find our audio only version wherever you get your podcasts.
Indeed.
I guess that leaves us with only one thing left to say.
End transmission.